This begins part 3 of Word Module 2, 2016, creating a research paper with references and sources. We are at the bottom of page 82. On page 82, we are going to talk about footnotes. As discussed earlier in this module, notes are optional in the MLA documentation style. If used, content notes elaborate on points discussed in the paper, and bibliographic notes direct the reader to evaluation of statements in a source or provide a means for identifying multiple sources. The MLA documentation style specifies that a superscript, which is a raised number, be used for a note reference mark to signal that a note exists either at the bottom of the page as a footnote or at the end of the document as an endnote. So in Word, note text can be any length and format. Let's go ahead and get started. To insert a footnote reference mark, red circle number 1, with the insertion point positioned as shown in figure 235. So your insertion point is going to be at the end of the paragraph after the word technology, period, and then your insertion point. Click the Insert Footnote button, which is in your References tab. So click on the References tab, and then click on Insert Footnote button. It has a capital A, B, and then a superscript number 1. So click on Insert Footnote. This displays a note reference mark, a superscripted 1, right where your insertion point was. And it does it as well at the bottom of your page in the footer. Continue on page 83. We are now going to enter footnote text. The red circle number 1 says type the footnote text up to the citation as shown in figure 237. So you'll click down here in the footer and make sure that you are next to, or you have a space between the superscripted 1 and what you're getting ready to type. And what you will type is on page 83, Gupta and Pedro state that effective noise canceling technology reduces the interference of sounds from the surrounding environment, reducing the volume level required by headphones and earbuds. And don't put a period at the end of that, just put a space bar, or press your space bar, put a space. At the bottom of page 83, we are going to insert a citation placeholder. Earlier in this module, you inserted a citation and its source at once. In Word, you can also insert a citation without entering the source information. And the reason for this is sometimes you may not have the source information readily available and would prefer to enter it at a later time, but you'll already have the placeholder. You can just click on that, open it up, and then place all the information that you need in. So, bottom of page 83, red circle number 1, with the insertion point positioned where it currently is, which is one space after the word earbuds in the footer. We're going to click the citation button, which again is on the References tab. And in the citations and bibliography group, insert citation is here. It has a white sheet of paper with parenthesis, dash parenthesis in red, and a blue check mark. So we're going to click insert citation, and that displays the insert citation menu. We are now on page 84. Click add new placeholder, and then the pop-up box, the dialog box opens. It says type Gupta as the tag name for the source. And number 3 on page 84 says to click the OK button, and that closes, the dialog box, and it inserted the entered tag name in the citation placeholder in the document. Your insertion point should be after Gupta in parentheses, and then you would push period on your keyboard. And now we're going to click save. And we are at the bottom on page 84. Footnote text style. When you insert a footnote, Word formats it using the footnote text style, which does not adhere to the MLA documentation style. For example, notice in figure 237 that the footnote text is single-spaced, left-aligned, and a smaller font size than the text in the research paper. According to MLA documentation style, notes should be formatted like all the other paragraphs in the paper. You could change the paragraph formatting of the footnote text to first line indent and double spacing, and then change the font size from 10 to 12 point. If you use that technique, however, you will need to change that every single time you enter a footnote in your documents. So there is a more efficient technique, and that is to modify the format of the footnote text style so that every footnote you enter in the document will use the formats defined in this style. So let's do that. To modify a style using a shortcut menu, red circle number 1 on page 84 says right-click the note text in the footnote to display a shortcut menu related to footnotes. So right-click, and then on page 85, red circle number 2 says click Style on the shortcut menu. If necessary, click the category arrow and then make sure All Styles is selected. And then click Footnote Text in the Styles list to select the style to modify. So in our styles, we want footnote text, and thankfully it is already selected on mine. If it's not on yours, I do believe that they are in alphabetical order. So make sure you have footnote text. Then click the Modify button, which is the Style dialog box, to display the Modify Style dialog box. Okay, so let's click Modify. Click the font size arrow, and we're going to change it from 10 to 12. And in the font size list, to change the font size. Oh, okay. Then click the double space button to change the line spacing. So currently we're on this type of spacing. I think that's 1. This is by 1.5. And this is probably the double, which it is the double. I just wish that they would have put that on there, or at least popped up a box. But anyways, this is the double spacing. And then click the Format button to display the Format menu. Red circle number 3, bottom of page 85. Click paragraph on the Format menu, and that will display a paragraph dialog box. Now click the special arrow in the indentation area, and then click first line. So we want our first line indented, apparently, by ½ inch. 85, page 86. Red circle number 4, click the OK button. Now click the OK button again. And now click Apply. So all those changes that we made, we are now going to apply them. So will all footnotes use this modified style? Yes. Any future footnotes entered in this document will use a 12-point font with the paragraph's first line indented and double-spaced. Now we need to edit as source. Bottom of page 86. Click somewhere in the citation placeholder to be edited, in this case, Gupta, to select the citation placeholder. Okay. And then click the citation options arrow. So if it wasn't selected already, you would just click on Gupta. Left click with your pointer finger. Then we're going to click that for the options. And we're on page 87. Red circle number 2 says, click Edit Source on the citation options. So click Edit Source. And this displays the Edit Source dialog box. If necessary, click the Type of Source arrow and then click Book so that the list shows fields required for a book. So right now mine is on article and a periodical, and I love saying that. I don't know why. Article and a periodical. But that's not the type of source we've used. The source we used was a book, and these fields do not contain all the fields that we'll need for a book, so we need to change that. And it's right there on top. So click Book, and notice that there are less actually. Alright, so because this source has 2 authors, click the Edit button to display the Edit Name dialog box, which assists you with entering multiple author names. Type Gupta as the first author's last name. Press the Tab key, and then type Elena as the first name. Press the Tab key, and then type Maya as the middle name. Then click the Add button, and we're at the bottom of page 87, red circle 3, and then we're going to type Pedro as the second author's last name, and press the Tab key, and then type Edelbert, and then press the Tab key and Louis as his middle name, and then click Add, and turn to page 88. Red circle number 4. Click the OK button. Click the title text box, and then type Hearing Protection Methods as the name of the book title. Press Tab key, type 2017, Tab again. Orlando is the city. The publisher is Palm Press, and the medium used was print. Now click the OK button to close the dialog box. It creates the source and updates the citation to display both author last names. So click OK. And now you can see on your paper that it automatically inserted that for you. If it didn't, then you need to rewind this, open up the textbook and read through it and redo it because something went wrong. All right, now we are at the bottom of page 88, and I am going to stop part 3, and then we will start part 4 on the bottom of page 88. See you soon.